deal with this.
Yeah, that's
So, what you do is you get that Farsa, and you just live and die by the sword.
yeah. And yesterday, the other day rather, man, Hayes' Farsa always was positioned so well. I mean, I'm super amazed by how well he positioned it. He didn't even need that many frontliners for the most part. So I'm not surprised at all by the pick. I was a little just surprised it went earlier in the pick.
Okay,
Yeah,
100% right now. Omega needs to ban out the Yuzhong.
yeah, I think so.
If
That's true.
Yuzhong gets picked here onto the side of Execration, that's two of their main damage source getting dealt with.
Absolutely, Sagitnu really loves picking that Yuzhong. And if this doesn't get banned out, expect a Flying Dragon straight into Farsa, straight into the Yi Shin. And we've seen that even though it doesn't instantly kill them, for the most part, it gives them such a hard time whenever they start getting into position. So Yuzhong is absolutely the perfect ban here for Omega. And there you go, right on the docket. Very smartly picked out. Yuzhong, it's gonna be, that just means that Omega is giving Execration a hard time to go to the back line.
Yeah.
And this back line is so precious, I think.
I actually like it when other teams don't ban out the things that we say.
Yeah,
Like-
right.
They should be on a whole nother level in terms of understanding. So, yeah, I guess 1 plus 1 is 2.
Yes, well, yeah, absolutely. Right?
1 plus 1 is 2, and
Yeah.
they know that. We know that. And sometimes you don't have to make it complicated.
Yeah, I mean, it's what they've seen over and over again. I'm sure they felt it when they're scripts.
Hellcurt. Yeah.
Another one
Yeah.
to protect the back line.
Yeah. It's well, I don't think that they had the highest priority for that Hellcurt.
Yeah,
But if left open, I think it's going to go to the gold lane and it's gonna hunt down Farsa.
that's true. That's absolutely true. And again, it's very hard to use your feathered airstrike when it's so dark in your field of view, right? That's something they don't want at all. And I would say these bans are very particularly targeted to just protect the back line. It's not a high priority ban, like you said, right? But absolutely, it helps.
There's an Omega special that Freya. So what they're doing here is they're limiting the late game capability onto the side of Omega because they have the Thams and the Farsa on their side. This is an idea where you want your YSS to scale. And when you have your YSS on that side, if you really want to go to the late game parts of the game, you go for a Freya. A Freya has good laning, can be pushed out that easily back to the base, and it has the late game potential that everyone is looking for.
That's true. That's absolutely true. And I really like that as well. Just keep strolling. And this is an example of a Yi Shin that we've seen a few times already, where the Yi Shin is just literally just on the farm, right? It's literally there on the jungle. It only uses Mountain Shocker to help the team, and that's it. Even the panelists yesterday said that's just the job of a Yi Shin. Mountain Shocker all day, and then just get the goal. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're using maximum vision with the Selena and the Yi Shin.
I think Khalid.
Khalid's the front line here.
Khalid should be the side lane for the side of Execration. But if they're gonna go for a back side lane, that's totally fine as well.
No,
And
that's a
they're
different
gonna
side
go
lane.
for a Benny Cutie Leo Mord
Whoa.
special. Okay. It could be Sagitnu on that hero though.
That's true. They could swap it out.
They could swap it up. And back then, Sagitnu was actually, way back season 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Way back season 3 or 4, Sagitnu was known to be the best Leo Mord player in the PH.
Absolutely.
Now, for the side of Omega, it's the special as well. They're Akai special. They're one of the teams who actually utilize Akai alongside Blacklist International. We're seeing teams going up to this trend as well, and it has a fairly low win rate at 38.5. But a lot of the teams right now into the way back regular season, they used Akai as a placeholder. But some of the teams here really integrated it to their certain lineup. So,
Yep. It's very specific as well to target the heroes like a Roger. It works very well against a Cho. Ever since season 1, this is the classic Cho
Yeah.
counter, right? And it works so good against a Leomord. So, absolutely a beautiful pick there on the last pick for Omega.
okay, so I think in terms of drafting, Execration really got what they wanted.
Yep.
For Omega here, there's only one downside. Their lineup, if it ever gets to the point where a Force Engage is super reliable for the side of Execration, I just feel that Heath won't have time to do that. Because the thing is, I'm not seeing this Hurricane dance to, catch people in corners and pin them down. It's more on the idea of pushing them back.
Away from the Yi Sun Shin, right?
Away from the Yi Sun Shin, away from the Selena, and away from the Farsa.
That is perfectly put there.
But,
right there.
But, if ever Execration gets to the back line, Heath is not in position, I don't think that Akai is the right answer at that point in time.
They don't have any other way
They don't have any
of
other way.
dealing with it. So it's going to be very questionable. And we'll have to wait and see whether or not this is going to be the answer to the problem that how do you protect the backline of Omega, right? So let's see. We'll have to wait and see as we go into game 1 of this best of 5 series between Execration and Omega.
And look at how they're dealing with this. Akai went to the orange side. Selena goes to the blue side. Now, the purple side. Now, with this, they're going to give Haji the early level 2 and possibly the early level 3 as well.
Yeah.
He's at level 2. He does not have to, go and wait for the second wave of minions just because it took a short amount of time to just clear everything for
That's true.
Haji.
I really like this new skin by Fams, by the way. It looks like Zask. It just came out today. Really fun to...
Have you... What do you call this? What do you call this? Have you redeemed it?
No, not yet. Do you redeem it? Is it free?
I think you can pre-order it.
Whoa, I have to check that
I
out.
did pre-order, but I'm not really sure about
Anyway,
it.
that's just fun
I've
stuff.
I've been studying
Yeah, we've
so
been
much
off
on the
it.
storyline,
Yeah.
so we don't really look at the other parts of the game as we are studying it, and that is going to be the first blood onto the side of Execration.
That's right. A beautiful first blood. Again, speaking of stuff that you can claim from October 27th to November 13th, you can log in the game and participate in the Trickster's Village event. Get Halloween candies for a chance to get that Turtles special skin Hammer Giant. Check it out in game right now.
And look at this, Toshi is almost at level 4. Etomax here, going very low, but he is going to go back, and there is no arrows to hit him at that point.
Yep.
And he will be able to get away, but he is back, and he's just gonna shove the waves back, and he's not gonna go straight for the recall.
Very good re-engage, by the way, and just making sure that they stop on their tracks right away. A lot of patience, lots of discipline coming in from Execration. Thank you, though. Right on the docket, launches into the Way of the Dragon right there, but does not see fit to launch into the second part.
And as you can see, Heath here can hit people with a blender, and blender is actually a zoning mechanic. It's not on the idea where you would hit it and you want to go to the 1,000-pounder. Yes, that would be
That's a great
ideal.
combo. Yeah, that's a classic combo.
That would be ideal if you hit people with 1,000-pounder.
Look at that.
But the thing is, if you hit them and they have the panda, frog mark, whatever the skin you have on, if you have those marks, you almost always have to certainly run away from the Akai.
Yeah, that's basically a threat. Not to mention that if you get hit with that mark, you get percent health-based damage. So that's difficult. Now, Execration want to go for the turtle right away. It's half HP. Chaknu on the back line, looking for Hajizi. Hajizi uses the Cyclone Eye to get out of the way, but Sagitnu's the one being targeted here by very beautifully timed Toshi. Forza there, Chaknu being forced to go with a 1v3, and that's another one going over to Omega.
And I like the commit coming out from Heath there. Everyone was going for Chaknu, and the side of Execration really want to go for the backup. But Heath was there, and they catch Kagura. 2 members down. 2 members went down on the side of Execration with just 1 skirmish.
Man, that was just Absolutely beautifully orchestrated there by Omega. It was a trap. You know, it was giving Execration a false sense of a lead, and it worked very well. Chaknu definitely overstayed his welcome on the back foot. They were expecting Chaknu. They expected Chaknu to already go for the backline, and they were ready the moment that he jumped into the Baksha.
And look at that high five coming up from Heath to Haji.
They know it's a trap.
They knew it was a trap. And if you look at it, Omega here, they are focused. They're not doing any trivial movements onto the side of Execration. They're talking about it. What is wrong with the certain setup that they're doing? Why couldn't they just engage upon the Akai if
Yeah.
he's the only one in front of them?
And here we go again. The re-engage is just not there. Omega will get that free turtle in this game. And everyone else just try to hope and see if they can farm out that difference, because now Omega's in the 2k goal lead over Execration.
But you can see Hate and Ben Cutie staying there. And this is why, one of the things why Execration can't really push is because of Haze on the Selena.
That's true.
When they commit that much into, let's say, a lane, the more heroes they are in that certain lane, the more chances that Haze has on hitting people.
That's true. Makes them more distracted. Chaknu wants to go in again. He with a hurricane dance. This is what I'm talking about. Look at the beautiful movement of that hurricane dance straight into it. There was no way he could walk out. That was Chaknu. They're doing this against a guy like Chaknu.
And it's going to be Omega just getting the upper hand. When it comes to the 5-minute mark, mid lane turret has been destroyed. That is a bad sign for the side of Execration.
Absolutely. Execration here, X Factor. This guy here, a man down. Then Toshi goes to the follow-up into those feather air strikes. I was a little confused who was going to use this far side. I was expecting Haze, but Toshi, he plays this hero just as good as Haze.
Yeah, and this is the flexibility, the versatility of Toshi as a player. He can go for these mages, and Execration here, they have to answer this. They are letting Omega get the upper hand into the early game.
Yeah.
One of the things why they got the early game and the Execration could not really fight is because look at it. You have a Cho on the side lane. You have Liam on the side lane. So how do you become aggressive?
Yeah, you're basically given one man because he's stuck farming that lane.
Yeah. And to be honest, these are item-dependent heroes.
You're right. Minimum of 2 items before you actually want to go out if you're Leomord.
Yeah, and that means there is a waiting time, there is a queuing time for Execration here to just lobby and wait for Benny Cutie and Sagitnu to get their items.
Yeah, apparently it's all gonna be up to Haze and Benny Cutie because Sagitnu's gonna just have to chill out. You have to chill out for a long time here in Leomord, and we'll definitely see a lot of that today. Now, what's gonna be the timer here for Omega though? Do they wait? And how do they actually speed it up? How do they take advantage of this small opening where it's basically 4v5?
Yeah, that's true.
The question.
Now, as you can see, Omega, they're not stopping. With this setup, they are being very aggressive. And 4 turrets,
So
6
mad.
minutes in, 7 minutes in. And Toshi here with the Purify,
Yep.
he will get away.
Is baiting out that last part of the Way of the Dragon. If you went in under a tower and there's a purified Farsa, you were the one who's gonna go down. The bottom lane though, it's still gonna be a 2v1. Haze fighting off on Benny Cutie, gonna be executed by the Garrote. And they will go for the push on bot.
And look at Execration, they cannot do anything. Your turrets are going down one by one. Middle lane here getting controlled, and it's the last outside turret here onto the side of Execration, and
Haze!
nasty, nasty, nasty,
What a
ladies and gentlemen.
nasty arrow! It dodged so
Oh,
many
no.
obstacles. It looked like it had a life of its own. What a beautiful pick here against Ito Max. How do they defend now?
Masterful understanding of this strategy,
Wow.
of this draft. and the individual skill of these teams. Well, this team on the
Look at
side
this
of
slow
Omega,
motion.
it's showing.
Look at the
now.
arrow. What?
Arrow connects, and that means everything will connect
Yeah.
after that.
And that was just it. You know, the moment you got the squishiest hero on Execration with the stun, that's it.
You don't have side lane turrets, you don't have outside turrets anymore, and it's only the second turtle.
Man, 8.5 minutes, 8 minutes and 20 seconds into this game, and we already have a game! Another one.
Matt,
What?
this guy is Legolas.
Yep. He's definitely from a different universe, right? From a different place where elves have magical arrows that hit the mark 100% of the time. That is haste on the Selena.
And Shakta here, trying to get away. Arrow will be thrown, it won't hit. But as you can see, Execration, Roger only has that Windtalker. While on the side of Haji, you have the BOD and you almost have a Demon Hunter sword coming his way.
Literally one hit from that Feathered Airstrike put Ito Max on half HP. That's just... It's showing the goal lead. It's showing the big difference between these two teams already.
And it shows the strongest teams, ladies and gentlemen, can have a game below 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
And the strongest teams can end the game below 15
We
minutes.
saw this yesterday.
Yeah.
14 minutes in, we got games that were ending already in a one-sided fashion.
Oh, he gets hit. He gets hit.
He gets hit and he's forced to back off after using the ultimate.
Yeah, and look at Benny. Benny's just cutting the waves, and as you can see, he sees 5 members going at it, and he's just forced to go back. He knew that no matter what he did at that point on, high and dry won't even matter.
Doesn't even matter at
Oh
all.
my goodness, these guys are just... Omega's just playing out of their minds.
This is just the different Omega that we've seen from day one. It looked like they had generous this time around. They look like they have conviction. They know what they want to do on the map, and they are forcing Execration to bend to their will.
And clearly right now, Omega, they are going straight for that Lord. And they are trying to end it as early as 12 minutes. Let's see if they can do that. Haji here, going ham, going straight for the Lord. But Execration knows that they have to fight this. Their late game composition is not gonna work for the early game.
Nope.
That is a given. But right now, Execration, it's mid-game. Do they have items? Can they actually make this count? This is going to be Execration fighting below 18 minutes.
I mean, that is just something that Omega's very much aware of, that 18-minute power spike for Execration. No matter what their lineup is, if they reach that line, they reach that mark, it is just difficult to win. It's almost 100% win rate there for Execration, but now, Omega, they want to finish this way before that happens, like, way before.
I mean, clearly, you want to save stamina if you want to make it to the grand finals.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, why prolong it when you can save a lot of energy just by ending the game right here, right now?
Go for the early fights right there. Heath, great flicker out there, avoiding the lock-in on the Hurricane Dance, but is that going to be enough? Where's the rest of Omega? They're on the back line. They're not fully committed onto this push.
Benny, did he get hit? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was just basically Benny being forced to go in and dive out. He was trying to go for a big pick, but they knew. Omega was aware. They went for it. They did not go into the base. And this is Omega, clean and methodical, going for turrets instead.
12 minutes into the game, Omega has the capability to end this below 15 minutes. Let us see. Those are the signs of one good team. And the Max could get hit with one more.
Forced to go out for say may open Umbrella out of harm's way, but again, even if you go out and you avoid that one hit, your tower is the one who's gonna suffer.
And they're chipping down that turret. Will they go for more? Benny Cutie here. Oh!
From downtown!
He's
saw the Jeet Kune Do be getting used. He saw the Shunpo used. He went straight for that feathered airstrike when no mobility skills were up for the show.
Yeah, it was so amazing to watch that. Like, Toshi, seriously, what a beast. And that's going to be it. This might be the big push that Hurricane S locking down the lone defender and